Hi there, welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree, and in this video I'm doing a reading for Gemini. For this series I've been using the Tattoo Tarot by Megamunden, the Broken Mirror Tarot by Vermilion, and I've been pulling an oracle card from the Jade Oracle by Veronica Iglesias. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start smudging the area. I use Palo Santo for this, just a nice quick smudge, smells delightful. I also keep a stick of this and a lighter in my car, so whenever I need a quick little pick-me-up or a nice little cleansing smudge, I have it there. So it's just a great all-purpose smudge. Okay. I do also smudge myself as well, so that's what I do off camera after I do the decks in the space. Let me light an incense. Okay, Gemini. Now, if for any reason this reading is not quite fitting the bill for you today, I urge you to try the reading for your moon sign or your rising sign. You can also check out your sidereal signs as well. The sidereal signs are a little bit different than tropical, only because they use the true sky, the true size of the constellation, and the true positions of the constellations. So, and they even have an added constellation called Ophiuchus. So for those of you that don't know, I just ran into Sidereal Astrology about 2 or 3 years ago. So I kind of use both. I feel that Sidereal might be a little bit more in tune with like the spirit self, the higher self, kind of like that. And then tropical is more concerned with the earthly type things, just because of our viewpoint and how we have the seasons here and all. So anyhow, that's, just whatever works for you, whatever is best for you, whatever you get the most out of is what you need to do. Okay, Gemini. Got a nice good shuffle here. I'm going to do the knots and then the final shuffle. All right, let's see what we have for you. So the 3 of Cups in reverse, water energy. 6 of Coins in reverse, earth energy, and 3 of Coins, more earth energy. Okay, so we've got 2 3s here, and then 2 reversals, and then they are all multiples of 3. So 3 is a very is creationary. 3 is creation. It's bringing things into the physical realm, putting things together, creating, nurturing. The 6 is also about that as well, because after the upset of 5, you're kind of regrouping. So you are in a way recreating, putting things back together. And so the 6s are a creation, yes, creationary numbers. Okay, so with the 3 here, we've got emotions involved. This is water, and it is talking about created emotions. This has already been the 1 and 2 that have been put together, and so now you have created this beautiful baby, this beautiful emotion. So, and it's usually a relationship. It's a relationship between, it can be between 2 people, it can be between a group of people. It's just the love that has been created by the addition of another or more energies. And so with it being in reverse, it's maybe there is just the creation, this newfound relationship hasn't quite blossomed, or perhaps it's kind of at a standstill, or maybe it might be in a little bit of trouble here. And then we've got the 6 of Coins and the 3 of Coins. The 6, like I said, is about regrouping. So after the loss and the 5 of coins, you kind of get your head back, screwed on, and you kind of get your bearings a little bit more, and then you start to regroup and plan and start re-strategizing for that forward movement again, for that building going forward. And so I'm staring at this letter here, and generally, the 6 of coins in RWS, this deck is a Marseille style deck. The pips aren't quite as illustrated as like the major arcana. They don't usually have people in it. But this deck is kind of has a little bit of illustration, and it is a little related to RWS. So in RWS, the 6 of coins is kind of about philanthropy, kind of sharing what you have, evening those scales between someone who has a little bit more than someone who might have a little bit less, and just, sharing the wealth a little bit. So I'm kind of confused as to what this letter actually means. Maybe that's some kind of agreement or something like that. But the reading that I'm getting here really kind of has to do with kind of regrouping, re-strategizing, but still in that planning stages, not quite ready to move on to the 7s. We have this 3 of coins here, which shows that you are building, you are creating, you are making, but there is a direct contradiction here with this regrouping type thing. So with that being said, we're going to dive a little bit deeper using the Broken Mirror Tarot, Gemini, and contradictions, Gemini, that you and contradictions, that is just you, that's the nature of your sign, it's that duality, that the twins. So not knocking you. My mother's a Gemini, and I love her dearly, and I appreciate everything that she does. I appreciate her faults too. Sometimes I think they're funny, but it's just one of those things that we are who we are. So all right, Gemini, I'm going to split this deck, and then we're going to do one more shuffle. All right. Okay, Gemini. So we've got Temperance, Major Arcana card, 3 of Cups in reverse again, and then 3 of Swords. Very interesting. So the Temperance is card number 14. And this card is about, and then 1 + 4 is 5. So there might be a little bit of upset going on kind of behind the scenes, or that's kind of the underlying situation. So with the Temperance card, the Temperance tells us that we need to get back into equilibrium. We need to kind of make sure that we're not spending too much time here and not enough there. We've got to rebalance ourselves. And then we've got the 3 of Cups in reverse again, and then the 3 of Swords. This card here, just lots of creation. And with these 2 being in reverse, and then this 3 of Swords, there's kind of something that's maybe going on, and it might be a little kind of not real. Like, okay, before I go with that, let's get a read on the 6 of Coins in reverse. Because we've got this air card here, and then we've got, and it's a 3, it's creationary. And then we also got these 3 of Cups here, which is also creation, but these have to deal with emotions, and this deals with the mind. And with these 2 cards being in reverse, I kind of get the feeling that the emotions aren't quite as what they need to be. Like they're not quite as stable. And then you throw the mind in there. You throw some air in with the water, and it can really jumble things up and get us into a hurricane situation, even an Eight of Swords situation. So, in RWS, of course. So let's go to the Six of Coins in reverse and see what they have for us here, Gemini. We've got the King of Coins, Two of Staves, and the Nine of Cups. Okay, okay, good. Okay, so with the King of Coins here, this is earth energy. We've got fire and we've got water. And our King of Coins, he is air of earth, and all the kings are air, right? They're very intellectual. They're very thought forming. They're understanding. They take all the information in, and they process it. And with the King of Coins here, he can take in the information and apply that to his physical world. And then we've got the Two of Staves here, which is a fire card. And the twos are about those one and the two that come together that start making that, it's like the catalyst of starting the action, starting the movement, starting the going forward. And then we've got the Nine of Cups, which is kind of like that ending spot. We've gone through 1 through 9 here, and now we're kind of ready to move on to this next level, this next plane. And so what I'm getting here is good. I feel like you're on the right path. This regrouping that you're doing here in the reverse of the sixes, I do feel like maybe it's just a bit slow going, because I don't see a 3 here of this fire card. And earth is just naturally slow. And so I feel the regrouping that you're doing, you're doing well. You have your plan set forth. You're getting ready to go. I do like, there's the fire coming, there's the fire going. And with the Nine of Cups, I also see that that your emotions are a bit more stable than they are here. Let's get a read on this Three of Coins, and then we're going to come back and visit what's going on here. So the Hanged Man in reverse, Major Arcana, Eight of Staves, fire, and then the Pope in reverse, another Major Arcana. I'm going to take a quick sip of tea. Okay, so our two Major Arcanas, we have the Pope and the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, card number 12, he talks about several things. He can be sacrificed. He is looking at things in a different manner, which would kind of make sense here, because we have this regrouping, but we have this creation here. They're kind of the same thing, and perhaps this path that you were on this regrouping path, maybe you got led astray from this path, and now you're on a different path, a new project. Now remember, this is the old project that got upset with the 5, right? You had already been through the 1 through 4, the 5 came through, messed it all up, and now you're kind of regrouping here with the 6s. This is a brand new project separate of this, I'm feeling. And I do feel that that perhaps with this Hanged Man in reverse, that the way you're looking at this is not, like, your perspective is not quite the one to be acting on. Like you're acting on the incorrect perspective. That's what I'm getting with these two cards here. You're not quite looking at it maybe in a what's the opposite of judgmental? You're not looking at it in a way where you're being kind of neutral, right? I do see this King of Coins here being more neutral. But with this Hangman in reverse and this, I feel like you might have some kind of bias. And that's how your actions are going towards this bias. And then with the Pope in reverse as well, you know, the Pope for me is like a connection to the divine. And it's like perhaps your connection dealing with this situation has kind of, it's not in line. It's kind of been severed a bit. And so with these two, I guess maybe choices that you have going on here, Gemini, these two differing situations that you have, these two differing paths that you have, I think it might be creating a little bit of emotional upset for you. And the Temperance is kind of asking you to, you know, reel it back in and take a look at yourself and make sure that it's balanced. Make sure that what you're doing is kind of in line with your original goal or your original sight that you had set for yourself. Because I do, like I said, it is kind of, these two paths might be kind of creating some kind of situation in which you're not quite comfortable with it. It might have to do with the relationship. It could be maybe your relationship with these two things, or yes, there is definitely some kind of situation here that needs to be explored and understood a little bit more. And because it's starting, I think maybe with that, this is what it is that your intuition is kind of telling you that this new pathway is not as good as this, but you're not quite listening to it. You're kind of putting it aside and using more of your mental capacity to understand this. And then also too, with the Pope being in reverse, the connection to that higher power, to that higher self, even to your intuition, it could be not being listened to because it's in reverse, or it can just not be there. It can be non-existent. Okay, Gemini, let's draw an oracle card. This is called the Jade Oracle, and these are cards of Aztec or Mexica deities. So this is kind of, these glyphs are a little, you know, old. But these are the energies, the deities that the Aztecs revered and understood to be truth. Okay, so Gemini, let's see. Oh, you know what? Let me split the deck. Yes. I don't always split the deck, but sometimes I just get the feeling that that's what needs to be done. And then for quite a few readings, maybe about 4, we've had the same card come up. So, I don't know how y'all feel about that, but sometimes when I get the same card coming up, I just kind of look at my shuffling style, and I wonder if it's me. But I always have to remember to myself that it's not me. So, okay, here we go. Ooh, Temescali. This is my favorite. One of my favorites. One of my favorite ceremonies is Temescal. So this is a sweat lodge. Temescal, that is the Spanish translation. Temescali is the Nahuatl word for the sweat lodge. And in case you don't know, all that it is, it's like a stone mason built hut not even a hut, structure, and you put rocks in a fire and you get them glowing like an ember, and then you slide it into this structure here, and then you pour water onto these scalding rocks and it creates a steam. And then you go through this purification of being hot, of sweating, but then, you know, you kind of, it's just a ceremony. It's a way of getting in touch with yourself, getting in touch with your ancestors, and it's very cleansing and healing, and I definitely recommend it. So if you can find a place that does these in like the traditional way, I know there's many ways to do it, but I've been to many different kinds, and I do like the traditional. So, and then there's singing and drumming, and it's very therapeutic. Okay, so let me look and see what the book has to say about the Temescali. Okay, the Temescali, a ritual sweat bath for purification, takes place in a closed structure with stones that are heated in a fire. Water infused with medicinal plants is poured on the stones, creating a therapeutic steam. The Temescal represents the womb or uterus of Mother Earth. The 4 elements are present in the Temescal. The stones, called grandmothers, represent the earth. The other 3 elements are also present. Water infused with plants, fire to heat the rock, and sacred songs and prayers representing air. The center of the Temescal is the connection to the underworld, the earth, and the heavens. The Temescal ritual is for purification, healing, and celebration of rites of passage. The Temescali represents purification of the mind and the body. This is a time to consider what no longer serves you and what you need to shed to move forward in life. When you draw this card, you should plan a purification ritual to restore your relationship with the universe and with yourself. That's amazing. So, with these 2 choices here, right? Maybe one of them doesn't quite serve you in the way that you are looking to be served, in the way that you want to head your life directions. Sometimes newer isn't always better. And sometimes we kind of have to go with the old because it's tried and true. Not to say that we shouldn't ever go with the new. You know, innovation is great. Innovation is what drives our world and our economy, and, you know, the survival of our species. Wow, that got deep. So anyway, just kind of take a look, figure out, Gemini, what is serving you, what is not serving you, what do you need to change. And I think these 3 of cups will flip back around for you. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was something that you were able to take away, to learn, to help you. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next video. Take care.